Hi, my name is Nisha Jane, and I study the role of NCOA4 on iron regulation in the liver. I was mentored by Dr. Karen Finberg at the Yale School of Medicine. The liver plays a crucial role in iron regulation, in that it is the iron storage depot of the body, so it stores a bunch of iron. And since iron in the liver is in its Fe3 form, that means that it's toxic and non-soluble. So for stability reasons, the iron has to be bound to a protein. The protein that iron is bound to is called ferritin. In a recent study by Monchis et al., it was found that NCOA4, or nuclear coactivated 4, could potentially have a role in the degradation of ferritin. And what that means is essentially this NCOA4 gene takes the ferritin to an autophagosome, which breaks down the ferritin and releases the iron into the system so it can be used in other places. And in that study, the NCOA4 gene was completely disrupted in the mouse models, so multiple organs had iron overload. But no study thus far has looked at the localized effects in the liver. So in this study, the aim is to understand the effects of lowering the expression of NCOA4 in the liver on ferritin levels. The hypothesis was that if one were to lower the expression of NCOA4 in the liver, the level of ferritin would go up. To test our hypothesis, we analyzed ferritin protein expressions in livers of mice that had previously been treated with a small interfering RNA, or siRNA, designed to lower the expression of the NCOA4 gene. These siRNAs have a chemical modification that promotes uptake by the liver. In the Finberg lab, groups of mice were injected with NCOA4 targeting siRNA, or a control siRNA, or saline, and they had their livers collected at 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks after the injection. We then homogenized the livers to make protein lysates, which were separated by size through a gel electrophoresis. The separated proteins were then transferred onto a membrane, and antibodies against the ferritin protein subunits were used to detect the expression on an X-ray film. The sizes of the band proteins were quantified from the scanned films, and then an ANOVA test and a t-test were used to statistically analyze the data. So far, the data supports the hypothesis that the expression of ferritin decreased in mice with lower expression of NCOA4 would increase the expression of ferritin. So thus, the manipulation of NCOA4 in patients could potentially lead to the increase in iron storage in patients with iron deficiency, or the decrease of storage in patients with iron overload.